So I love flipping PCs, but there is one massive downside. The cost. There, I said it. Not everybody can get into it because it's freaking expensive. This build alone, I'm over 900 bucks into, but it's got an i7 12700KF and an RTX 4070 that I custom painted and put custom stickers on. The cheapest comparative build on Newegg is about 1600 bucks, so I'm posed to make a good profit. But what happens if I don't have the money to sink in for a full-fleshed gaming PC like this one? Well, that's the question that this video aims to answer. So why do I, a YouTuber with just over 400 subscribers, think that I am qualified enough to really answer this? Well, I'll tell you why. I started a business last October from $7 flipping PCs. Here's my story, and here's how you can do the same thing. So let's set the scene for the story. It was August of 2023. At the time, me and my family lived in Germany. I had some issues with my school, which I can explain in a later video if people are interested, and my only option was to come back to the US and come to college a year early. So me and my mom packed up our bags and came out to the US of A. We grabbed a car and road trip down to my college where we set up shop. When we got here, we dumped all my stuff in my new dorm and went out on a shopping spree. Now on this fateful shopping spree, the very foundation for my PC business was laid. See, we went to the store called Deseret Industry. From here on out, we'll call it DI. It's basically Goodwill, but supersized. Now in the back, I noticed a monitor. Upon further inspection, this monitor was 1080p, 27-inch, and actually pretty nice. Sure, it was only 60 hertz, but it did everything I needed it to for college. Now, I took this home and plugged my Mac into it. Yeah, this Mac that I'm reading the script off right now. And surprise, it didn't work. Thanks, Tim Apple. So what was I gonna do? Well, I had an idea. I would build a PC for it. Now, I didn't really have enough money to build a nice PC, so what did I do? Well, I thought I remembered seeing an old Dell Optiplex at the DI, so I ran back. And unfortunately, it was sold. But not to worry, there was a Goodwill just across the street. So I ran over to the Goodwill, and lo and behold, I find an Optiplex. It had like a 3rd Gen i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and nothing crazy. It was missing a hard drive, but in my suitcase, I had a 256 gigabyte hard drive that I had forgotten about. So I bought the PC and walked on home with it because I don't have a car because I'm broke. I plugged the hard drive in, and to my surprise, the PC worked great. It ran everything that I knew a 3rd Gen i5 could without a graphics card, meaning not very much, but enough to do homework. Now, one night I was sitting down scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, and I saw a very similar computer listed for about 50 bucks. So I thought, interesting. Let me list this for the same amount. And so I did on my school Snapchat story instead though. And within a day, it had sold for 50 bucks. Now with that $7 Optiplex and that 256 gigabyte hard drive that I don't remember where it came from, I made $50 and a really good idea. That idea was to keep doing this because hey, a $15 hard drive and a $7 computer for 50 bucks, I think I smell a business idea. So I kept doing this. I started my uphill battle, going through multiple Optiplexes and slowly building my way up to the point where I actually had 8 Optiplexes just sitting in my closet. No, I'm not even kidding you. Look. Now it was painstaking, but eventually I had about $500, enough to go build myself a gaming computer. That ended up having a Ryzen 7 2700X and a 2060. It was a solid build, and I sold that for like 700 bucks. And from there, that snowballed into the business that I have today. Now, while my story is a little bit unique, I don't think it's impossible to repeat. And well, yeah, there was definitely a stroke of luck on my side finding that Optiplex for 7 bucks. I think all of you can do the same thing with pretty much the same amount of money. So to prove that, here's the deal. I created a Discord server for people who want to get into PCs, and there's a channel for people who want to get into flipping. Before you join that, I want you to go get 20 bucks. I don't care where you get it, I don't care how you get it, just don't do anything stupid for it. With those 20 bucks, we're gonna do a little bit of a challenge. There are a lot of computer parts that you can find on your local Facebook Marketplace for a lot cheaper than the 500 bucks it took me to build my first gaming computer. You can easily find RAM kits, CPU coolers, cases, all sorts of things for pretty cheap, and you can start flipping up. Now, that being said, like it was with me and my Optiplexes originally, it's going to be a grind. It's not gonna be super easy, but no need to stress, because if you're willing to put in the work, you can turn it into a real business like I have. Now, I, being the content creator, already started this with this i3 9100F. I looked on eBay and saw that these regularly go for $30+. It's not great, it's not gonna set the world on fire, but I only paid 20 bucks for it. It was listed at 40, talked him down, and at the end of the day, I had him deliver it to me for 20 bucks. I listed it, and within a week, it was sold for 30 bucks. Now, I want you guys to do the same thing. Go onto Facebook Marketplace and find yourself a part that you can flip. Now, if you're ready to accept this challenge, there's 2 things I need you to know. 1, it's gonna be a bit rough, especially at first. And 2, it's gonna be really rewarding when you make it work out. Now, why do I say when instead of if? Well, because it's very doable. In fact, I'm proving it with this challenge as we go. I've already turned a profit and it's been 5 days. If you can stick to this, I promise you that PC flipping can have just as big an impact on your life as it has on mine. For me, not only has it been a ton of fun, but I've also made new friends and learned how to run a business along the way. You know what's a little bit funny is that I'm actually a business management student at my school right now, and I've learned way more from running my PC business than I have from any of my classes. Don't take that as a knock to my professors because I've learned a lot within my classes. That being said, PC flipping has taught me way more than I would have learned in 3 semesters of classes anyway. Now, PC flipping is expensive, and that's gonna be a given. You can, if you want, dump 10 plus grand into it to start your business, but I wouldn't recommend that. Let's look at a little motorsport analogy here because I'm a huge karter, if you didn't know already. One of the biggest pieces of advice commonly thrown around in the motorsport scene is to learn to drive a slow car fast. You want to learn on a car that's not going to be a huge issue to wreck and will treat you as a driver a lot better than an expensive car that's going to be hard to drive. You wouldn't expect to learn how to race in a $200,000 supercar surrounded by other $200,000 supercars, would you? No, because that's a great way to lose $200,000 of your money and probably more because let's be honest, you're going to end up running into somebody. No. It's a lot smarter to start with something like a Mazda Miata, which is this tiny little Japanese car that makes less than 150 horsepower and it's tiny. And that's what I intend to do with these 20 bucks and you. I want to help you turn this $10,000 Mazda Miata experience to this $200,000 supercar experience. And that's what we're gonna do. Since starting it last August, I've made tons of friends and I've learned a lot about business, as I mentioned. I've also made more money than I thought I could from $7, and I've honestly surprised myself a little bit. I've also started this YouTube channel, found a business partner, and really just started to learn and grow a lot as a person. And if you can dedicate just that 20 bucks to PC flipping, I'm sure that you can dominate your local Facebook marketplace as far as PCs go. Will it be easy? No, but will it be worth it? I absolutely think so. So if you want to join that $20 challenge, then join the Discord down below. It's free and I'm not going to charge you guys anything to be a part of it ever because I just want to build a cool community where we can all enjoy PCs. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Ryan. Make me proud and make that 20 bucks go a lot farther than you think it could. Ryan, out.